A shocking revelation from Jessa Seewald has left counting on fans inconsolable. The Duggar daughter spoke candidly to her followers about some serious issues. It's reasonable to assume that her path hasn't been smooth, and now everyone is pitying her. Can you tell me what Jessa discussed with her fans? These days, Jessa is all about sharing happy, beautiful photos of her kids and life on social media. Usually, she avoids talking about the tough stuff. A film chronicling Jessa Seewald's spiritual journey was uploaded to her YouTube account in August 2020. In order to give her followers another chance to view it, the Tulsi singer reposted the video on social media during Easter. Her goal was to share her tale with as many people as possible. A statement reading, "In this video, I open up about my spiritual journey," accompanied the video caption. "I finally grasped the splendor of the gospel of Jesus Christ after years of battling with uncertainties and despair." Jessa Seewald's post has crushed the hearts of Duggar trolls on Reddit. Even though they usually find fault with the Duggars, this post really brought them to their knees. "This really saddens me," someone says. "As a melancholy kid, I recognize some of the characteristics I observed in her from an early age, yet I want to avoid becoming an armchair psychologist and have been watching the early specials. You are probably pushing down your trauma and making it worse in the future," someone else says. "Find a therapist. No pain there." Is Jessa's tale something you can relate to? Is the fact that she would openly publish such a graphic film shocking to you? Feel free to leave a remark with your opinions. Also, return to in the future. One of the most famous Duggar sisters, Jessa Seewald, possesses a serene self-assurance that has never wavered. Jessa has always played the part of a caring wife, mother, and Christian on screen, whether in Counting On or 19 Kids and Counting. But in a recent revelation that left her followers both devastated and united in support, Jessa revealed some extremely personal challenges. The revelation that Jessa made was the result of years of struggling with her own thoughts and feelings, as well as the pressures of conforming to society's standards and being in the spotlight all at once. She did more than just bring herself to a more human level. Her courageous words have encouraged many others who may be facing same difficulties. Examining Jessa Seewald's confession in further detail will help us understand her followers' reactions and her future plans. Jessa said in an honest video posted to her family's YouTube channel that she has been fighting with emotions of inadequacy, severe anxiety, and even melancholy in her battles with mental health. She struggled for a long time to live up to the expectations her admirers had placed on her as a perfect wife and mother. Despite appearances to the contrary, there was a whole other world going on behind the scenes. After having Fern, her fourth child, Jessa said she started to feel emotionally depleted. Although she felt blessed to have a growing family, she found that being a mother and trying to meet her own aspirations of perfection were too much. She described the times when she felt helpless under the burden of her responsibilities, unable to meet the challenges of her life and quietly suffering as a result. With a quiver in her voice, Jessa said, "There were days when I just didn't feel like myself." In the video, it seemed that no matter how much effort I put in, I was just unable to keep up with all of my obligations. It wasn't just mental and emotional fatigue, it was bodily as well. I began to question my mental health and wonder whether my emotions were normal. This statement was shocking for those who had always loved Jessa's serene personality. A more relatable and humanized portrayal of Jessa, a woman who, like many others, was going through tough times behind the scenes, replaced the image of a composed mother. Fans quickly flocked to Jessa's social media accounts to express their love, support, and empathy after the confession's public disclosure. Many were saddened by her plight, since she had been an inspiration to them as members of the Duggar family. Fans, however, were quick to applaud Jessa for her bravery in disclosing such private information, rather than seeing it as a sign of weakness. A supportive follower wrote, "I never would have guessed that you were going through so much," in response to Jessa's Instagram upload. "But I appreciate you telling me about this. It's crucial to remember that even a strong person like you may have bad days. Rest assured, you and the rest of us are not alone." Recognizing that Jessa's candor contributed to normalizing the discourse around mental health in relation to parenting, other admirers divulged their own experiences with postpartum anxiety and sadness. "I felt like I was failing miserably since I couldn't manage anything after having my second kid," as one commenter put it. I think we can all be more open and honest about the challenges of parenthood after hearing you speak about this. Because it destroyed the idea of perfection sometimes linked with prominent personalities, Jessa's statement struck a chord with her followers. Especially within conservative Christian groups, Jessa's prominence throughout her childhood made her an inspiration to young moms. By being transparent about her experiences, she did double duty. She spoke out against the unfair expectations put on women in comparable circumstances and gave voice to others who have felt alone in their fight. It has not been a picnic for Jessa to come out about her struggles with mental health. She has been in the spotlight for almost her whole life due to her affiliation with the Duggar family. She has become a mother of 4 lovely children, and viewers of 19 Kids and Counting have seen her journey from childhood to her romance with Ben Seewald. But there's a lot of pressure to keep up a flawless image when you're the center of attention. Cute family images, parenting advice, and faith-based inspiration were the staples of Jessa's social media accounts for a long time, giving the impression that her life was perfect. But behind the surface, Jessa was fighting an inner demon that she was afraid to speak out about for fear of ridicule. Within her video, Jessa expressed her desire to avoid disappointing anybody. It was important to me that no one assume I was helpless or incapable of dealing with the situation. Truthfully discussing my challenges, however, didn't make me weak. On the contrary, it empowered me. It will have been worthwhile if I could make even one other mother feel less alone. There has been a sea change in Jessa's connection with her fanbase after her revelation. She has strengthened the bond she has with her audience by letting her true, imperfect, and vulnerable personality be seen behind the mask of perfection. Now, people look up to Jessa as an example of strength because she is honest, resilient, and open with them, rather than a perfect role model. The societal dialogue on the significance of mental health, especially in relation to parenting, is enriched by Jessa's disclosure of her issues with mental health. Many women, like Jessa, believe they must suffer in silence due to the religious and conservative stigma that surrounds mental health. The discourse is gradually moving toward more acceptance and tolerance, however, as more famous people open out about their experiences. As a result of Jessa's confession, more people are aware of her troubles and are more likely to seek assistance for their own mental health issues. Jessa is helping to normalize mental health treatment by sharing her experience, which is particularly important in faith-based settings where people may still be afraid to talk about these difficulties. In the last moments of her video, Jessa emphasized the importance of remembering that God does not demand anybody to be flawless. Even in the midst of our difficulties, Christ loves us. Recognizing that you need assistance and admitting that you're not doing well might be the most courageous thing to do at times. Following her revelation, Jessa's admirers are curious to see her public and private personhood develop further. Her fans are more committed than ever in her road to recovery and self-discovery because of her vulnerability, which has further deepened their love with her.